Hi, Guido Fox here. Welkom bij een nieuw book report. Today I want to discuss with you this book from Osho, his story about his life, what he did in his life, and some wonderful spiritual wisdoms for you guys. It will be a very short episode, very short book report, not so much extended information, but it is a very, very important book report because also in a very short book report, I can give you so much intense information about life wisdoms. First thing first is an life wisdom is independency. I want to talk with you about independency. One of my teachings, one of my coachings, one of my important messages to my clients or the development of my clients is towards independency. You grow up in the matrix, in the systems of the family, the systems of the schools. And if you were in the systems of the schools, in the universities, and maybe in the later companies where you come in, actually you didn't learn to become independent. Even if you're sick, misery, handicapped, and you're on the sideline and the government supports you, you're also not independent. And I'm not saying about financial independency. I talk here about spiritual, mentally discovering the freedom to be who you are. Because the matrix shaped you in a kind of robot mind system. They didn't teach you to become really, really, really independent, to become really free, to become spiritual free, and experience real and real freedom in your life. So this has to be understood, that you're sitting in your class room and listen all the time to your mediocre teachers. And you were lazy, you were sitting backwards in your chair, you did some homework there, but they didn't teach you to become really free and to become an independent being. Because you're dependent on the school systems, you're dependent on your university degree. Otherwise, you don't get a job later on. So, all the systems, the matrix systems, is putting us in an independent slavery guy or women. Slavery versus independency. It's a very, very important topic. So, are you independent? Or do you want to become independent? And of course, financial independency is also creating spiritual, mental freedom. So you have to become also, I think, financial independent to become also mental free. Osho did not go to school the first 9 years of his life because he lived somewhere in an outreach village where there was no school. And these 9 years are the most important years how someone shaped, how someone gets trapped in the matrix conditionings. So actually, he was very blessed to be out of the schools for 9 years. The first 9 years, no school. The first 9 years of his life, he was in the jungle. He was playing outside. He was swimming in the water. He was building houses of wooden stocks. He was out of the civilization conditioning. He was nature. And later he was going to nature groups in the jungle and saw their happiness. Saw how happy people can be if they are out of civilization. How they are more natural. Natural shaped mind. So he was at the time maybe a little bit unlucky, but I want to go to school too. But it was actually his blessing that he was out of civilization and out of the matrix school systems. And I think it is not healthy for a child to put him 5 days per week, 40 hours a day in an enclosed area. I think you going fully astray from nature, and later on all the crap mess is coming out of your system, and you create on a later age depressions, burnouts, bore-outs, whatever there is. There is garbage in your system. He really liked to be in silence. He really liked to stare to the river in the jungle. He really enjoyed that time with the fresh air in the forest, in the surroundings. How beautiful that is, right? He was an outsider. He was a silent guy. And this shapes his later life to become more natural and behave more natural and become more real human being, not so rational, not so thinking all the time. You're in your chattering mind, always thinking, and more into the feeling. And from the feeling to the being, more in your body, more feel your body, more trust your intuition in life. So those 9 years without school, without any school, was a bless for his life, and was a bless for his awakening, and was a bless for his enlightenment, and was a bless for his inner chakra activations there. Later, he was one of the best university teachers all time, and he had 410 books on his name. So the most intellectual guy ever existed on this earth. So maybe let a child be more a child here. Maybe that's better if the child can be a child on a young age and discover more nature survival tactics and playing in the forest. It's very healthy for children. So if you're opening up other subjects, you're opening up, if you're doing your meditations daily, if you're doing like me 2 hours plus per day, and in the middle of the night, meditation, if you're going higher in your field, in your light field, in your frequencies, in your inner awakenings, and you feel the openings in your body, the time frame goes fast and fast and fast. You're out of time, out of space. You don't know where you are. You don't know what you said the last minute. Your mind becoming so incredible efficient, so sharp, and your intuition will be so clear. You see what's going on in your surroundings. I see the bad intentions of people when I walk on the street. I feel the good intentions of people. I feel so much. If you are constantly aware, and if you're constantly centered with your mind to your inward line, your inward Amrita Nadi line, you're centered as hell. You're bringing heaven on earth. You share your light to everyone, and you're out of time, out of space. You're escaped the matrix frequency. You escaped the chit talks of the crowd. You escaped the small, stingy group dynamics. You escaped the earth. You escaped matrix frequencies who put you in identity. You are white, you are black, you are Dutch, you're American, you're high intellectual, you're low intellectual, you are rich, you are poor, you are a guy who's only reading books, has never come outside, you are a computer nerd. All the boxes of the matrix will disappear if you are aligned with your line. So if you're aligned with your 7 points line in your body, you absorbed all those fake identities and trash them away, and you will be more light. All those burdens, all those etiquettes, all those boxes from the outside world. You're that library guy, you're that sporty guy, you're that drugs addicted guy. So not only the boxes from the matrix implanted on you, but also you are judgmental towards others. You can let it go. All those imprinted matrix judgmental pressures, and you get released, and your shoulders become more lightly. Your shoulders become more lightly, and you can walk more lightly on the streets. So all those burdens, and that creates, if you read page 55 from Osho, a no identity. You create a no identity. All the identities will disappear. No identity. You have no identity anymore. The only identity you have is an individual identity. An individual, heavenly, spiritual, awakening identity. Not your religion. Not your matrix religion. Not your matrix nationality. not your matrix so-called intellectual identity. All the identities will be disappearing in the line. You create a new identity, an empty identity, a lightly identity. Lightly identity, that's the Homo Novus, what Osho called on page 188. We create a new human being, a new evolutionary human being who is living independent, who is living in freedom, who is not dependent on persons, who is making his own choice, who is not trapped in the matrix, who is sexual free, who can bond with people where he wants to get bond with, without any pressures of the family. You are free to have more relationships if you want to do that. You are free to have sexual pleasures if you like to do that. You are free to choose a job or work what is really fitting by you. So without an identity, you will become more lighter and you become more stronger. You become more sensitive. Sensitivity is strongness. You become more strong. You become more secure. You become more secure in your decisions, what you make in life. If you find your existence, if you find your source, then life will become more effortless, more chill, less stress, less matrix stress implementation. The ultimate luxury is religion. So meditation, contemplation is the ultimate luxury. It is the last stage. And Osho taught, or you have to become very, very rich, like Krishna, Mahavira, Buddha was very rich. Then you're searching for the holy treasure. Or you have to become or you have to be very intelligent, like Jesus. He was poor, but very intelligent. He saw that luxury and money not lead to spiritual awakening, to spiritual enlightenment. But mostly people are very, very rich. And if they're very, very rich, they had all. They had abundance in traveling, abundance in cars, abundance in space, abundance in sexuality. So if you're very, very rich, you have abundance. And from that abundance, your search for spiritual meaning becomes triggered. Because the most people are stuck in their job, stuck in their family, live a very financial poor life, live a very sexual poor life, living a very untouchable poor life. And from that poorness, they have to step up in the ladder slowly, slowly. And everyone wants to become rich. That's the main purpose of business coaches. How to become rich. Everyone wants to become rich. Rich, money, 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 money. Why? To find the ultimate luxury, the ultimate luxury of religion. I not deny luxury. I don't deny if you want to make money, do it. Wonderful to earn money. I love money. But always know that if you have billions of dollars, you're not yet there by the ultimate luxury. So there are two ways. Or you're very intelligent and you see, oh, why I should put 60 hours per week in making money. Because I can also do meditation. I can also find my inner revolution. I can also find my inner treasures. Why I should do that? Why I don't use a shortcut like Jesus did? So there are two ways. Or you have to be very intelligent and say, okay, I don't want to work 20 years and work 60 hours per week and then I'm maybe rich. Or you're very intelligent and you do the shortcut. Mostly people who are going in spirituality are the rich guys or the rich women. The queens and kings. That's what Osho said. The queens and kings are searching for deeper spiritual meaning because they live already in an abundance atmosphere. Rich mostly leads to more wives, more families, searching for sexual pleasures, but not always. There's also a very big group of people who are still sexual unfulfilled. And if you see the pattern from Krishna, Buddha, Jesus in his 14 years of travel tour, you see there a pattern of sexual variety, intimacy variety, a lot of touchings, and a non-monogamous lifestyle. And that's the pattern of all the people who become enlightened. Buddha was so fed up of his harem, of his 400 wives in his harem, 1,000 wives for Krishna. They were so fed up. They were fed up. They saw so many bodies. They enjoyed so much sexual pleasure that the abundance was reached. If the sexual, financial abundance is reached for men or for women, they also like familiarity and deep connection with someone. If that is fulfilled, you go into spiritual awakening. Otherwise, you are still grabbing for that money. You're grabbing for that bottle in the dustbin. You're grabbing for constantly higher positions in the organization. You are in a grabbing mood, in an animal instinct mood. And it's the same with sexuality. You want to grab the next one, you want to grab the next one. And that phase is good. That phase is good to discover more people for intimacy. But at a certain moment, you come in abundance and you saw everything. What's happened in my life, I lived such in an intimacy, abundancy because of social day love. That's good. That's good to have that phase because the most men are coming there when they're old and gray and driving in their Porsche and they thought, oh my God, what I missed out. What I missed out when I was young. Why I didn't go out so much at that age. Why I was too striving in life. And now I want to have young girls, but now I'm too old. So I'm an old body. No one wants me anymore. and then you regret, and then all the poison is coming out, your depression is kicking in, your relationship with your wife will become under tension because you're frustrated. So that's what's happening in the most mediocre lives, even if you have financial abundance. Life can be very hard. I saw so many millionaires who I coached in the past who were stuck in afraidness of losing money, or afraidness to invest, or afraid to split up because of money issues there. So even very rich people have their problems. But the ultimate luxury is religion. The ultimate luxury is spirituality, and then we can move further. Thank you for watching this book report, and I see you by the next one. Bye bye.